Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw some simple lips. This is more of a tutorial unlike my other videos, sorry about that. But you're going to want an eraser, a couple of pencils, a blender, and a charcoal stick if you have one. But if you don't, it's not that big of a deal. You can always just use a mechanical pencil to get the lines darker, but I personally like to use a charcoal thing. So you want to start out with a line and draw a little curve in the middle. Really, it's up to you on how you want to draw that curve. Many lips are shaped different. And then you want to do a few lines on the outside. This is going to start the basic shape of your lip, such as the inside curve, which is what I'm doing right now in the video. You're basically just going to connect the line to the middle. You can do this however you want, but how I was doing it was trying to make it pretty small. That's why I went back in and fixed it. My mistake where I put the line too high. One thing I like to remember about drawing, not just lips, but in general, is the more pencils and types of pencils you have are going to be very helpful and give you different types of ways to draw. So now that we've reached the top of the lip, you just want to go ahead and connect those two lines from the beginning to the top of the creases I made, as you can see in the video, which if you're following along, you can pause if you need to. You want to make sure that you know how thick you want the lip before you start making drastic changes to it. Again, I'm going to highlight the point with the bottom lip as well as the top, that however thick you draw it depends on how open you want the mouth. It doesn't have to be super open. It's really up to you and what you think looks best, but I didn't really open my lip that much, just barely to where you could see a shadow, which you'll see later on. So you can see I grabbed a different pencil. They're honestly probably the same pencil, just one of them seemed a little darker than the other, so I used it to shade in the lip. If you're using two different pencils, I suggest a mechanical pencil and just like a number 2 pencil, because they're way different and you can use them both for different things in the lip. Anyways, I started blending in with my finger. You can use the blender or a paper towel. I just used my finger because it was way easier. My finger's bigger than the blender and it gets more done. You want to darken that crease in the lip, that way it can be a little shadow, which it'll look much better later once we add more details. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom and the top as well. I started making an outline for the reflection in the lip. This is important because if you want it to look semi-realistic, you're going to want a little bit of reflection in there. You don't have to put anything in your reflection or make it white at the moment. I just went ahead and did the outline. I also did some on the top as well as the bottom lip. You want to have thin but long lines in the bottom lip. This is going to give texture in the lip, and you can use whatever pencil you want. If you are using the mechanical pencil, a number 2 pencil or something like that, I suggest using the mechanical. I went ahead and went in with the darker pencil to give that shadowy feeling to the bottom of the lip. I also did it for the top as well. And if you didn't notice, I did put in some texture in the top lip. So now I'm going to go in with the charcoal stick. Like I said in the beginning, you don't have to have one of these. They're just something that I use. You can use a mechanical pencil if you need to, because they give darker lines when you really want them if you push down harder. But I really wanted to enhance the dark spots of the lips because those are very important for the end product to come out good. If you are following along, this is a very important step to darken the crease between the top lip and the bottom lip, because this is going to create the shadow effect we all want later, and whenever we go in with the blender, it's going to look so much worse, but we're going to have to go over it. I know I had to, like, more than once. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and grab the blender and just blend the bottom lip. We want it to look not super blended, but subtle difference. That way it looks more realistic. Again, I'm going to go in with the charcoal. You want to be careful when using charcoals because you can make a drastic change, and we're not looking for a drastic change. We just want that slight change that's going to make it slightly more realistic. And the more and more charcoal you add, the more and more drastic the change is going to get. So I did mention as one of the supplies you'll need was an eraser, but the mechanical eraser gave me a smaller eraser to deal with, and it was easier to erase these fine details in the reflection, which is what you want to do right now, and then kind of blend it out a little bit. I lost the clip that I did it, but I did add a little reflection in the top of the lip as well with that mechanical eraser. So again, we're going to be making the crease darker that separates the top lip from the bottom lip. Also, you're going to want to blend that out because it's going to give you more of a realistic feel. And again, we're going to be darkening that crease later on. Going in again with a mechanical pencil eraser, we're going to add more reflection because that's going to make the lip look more realistic with the lighting. Going underneath the lip, we're going to draw a little squiggly line, if that's what you want to call it, and we are going to blend it out a little bit. It's going to be the shadow found underneath the lip. You're also going to give it a little crease above the lip to make it more realistic as well. I went ahead and went in with a little bit of shading and shadowing with the charcoals again. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and like this video. Feel free to share my video with others, and have a nice day.